Don't put me on so much. No. Oh my God! Look at the T-shirts. Thou shalt yeet. Look at the screen.
Yeah.
Thou shalt yeet. That's dope. I like that.
Didn't intend that to happen, but hey, it worked out well.
But if you sit up higher, it says thou shalt not yeet.
Well, yeah, but it also says thou shalt not disturb me. So
thou shalt not disturb the yeet.
You right?
Period.
So all the dad jokes are coming out of that now. The whole yeet you later, play yeet you later, and all that. Just...
No, Mr. Yeet.
Oh goodness. So
I mean, Pat did yeet himself.
Yeah, Pat. I saw a meme. I saw a meme, and it fit very well with Cole and Pat, and it was of from Dodgeball. Remember the two announcers from Dodgeball?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Michael Cole and Pat Patterson.
You mean Pat McAfee?
I'm Pat McAfee. I said Patterson. Holy cow. Pat McAfee. So. Of course, we get started in else, and everybody shows up.
They all want part of the action.
Yeah. Want to be on Yeet TV?
They all want to yeet themselves. Yeah. Hold on. We got to do a proper intro. Proper intro.
You got us a proper intro now?
Yes, I do.
But don't do too much. We don't want to get hit.
I don't own the rights.
Yeah, we not. Nope.
It's on Apple Music. I didn't steal it.
We're just borrowing it.
I didn't steal it.
Okay, so don't shut us down. We're good. We just. So
hold on. I'll do this real quick.
What are you doing
now? Unlicensed music for free.
Unlicensed music. Okay.
I will accept an asset. What are we looking for? Music. I want a free trial. Shut up.
What, a free trial of music?
Epic. We'll go with Epic.
Let's see. Epic music. Let's see. Will this work for us?
The hell is Bertie?
Yeah, that's not us.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this.
Yeah, quirky. Yeah.
Podcast hooks. Here we go.
Let's see. Podcast hooks. But it does sound very familiar, like a lot of people have used that.
I gotta use the fourth one down just because I like what it says. I
actually like that.
No, thank you.
So yeah, I think we're gonna have to make this our music.
We gotta buy it though.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
I don't know how much it is.
We'll figure that out. I actually like that.
It's a little faster. That'll work. Whatever.
So.
All right.
All right.
I like the song.
Yes. Let's say the song.
I really like this.
So we'll find out who made it, and right now you're going to get a huge thumbs up. Now where's the fireworks? There we go. Awesome.
We got it. All right. On to the show.
So Yeet TV. Uh-oh. Look what we got right here.
Oh my God. We got a Zaber.
Zaber.
Oh,
The Zabernator.
my God.
Take his nose.
We have a category 4 Zaber Cane. You are a category 4 Zaber Cane. You know that?
Oh, really?
Hey, you know what? Hey. He said, "Eat me." Where'd your head go? Hey, you're missing part of your head.
He's trying to beat it back into place or something. I don't know. All right.
All right, buddy.
All right, we're gonna get back at this. So yeah,
Family first.
yeah.
You don't like it, carry on.
You can go eat somewhere else.
Go eat all over yourself.
But so this last week, wrestling wise,
I'm ashamed of myself.
Uh-oh.
I did not watch NXT.
Yeah, it's okay.
I have a habit of not watching NXT because I watch Raw,
Right.
and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are my days off. And I'm just like, I don't wanna.
Right. Well, NXT was. I mean, you can tell they're setting up kind of like you could tell with SmackDown and Raw. They're setting up for the draft.
Right.
So they're not trying to do a whole lot, but yet still keep some entertainment going. You know, keep things still kind of mixed up to where people are interested. Kind of like SmackDown Friday with Chad Gable doing the heel turn on Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stuff like that. But when it came down to it, I couldn't really tell you all the matches there were. You know, like was it?
I want my drink. Stop it.
Imperium turn on Giovanni.
I
You know,
did see that.
You know, stuff like that. They're keeping it interesting, but part of it you can tell because yesterday they came out with all the setup of how they're going to do the draft.
Right.
So, like I said, you can tell they were still keeping it interesting, but not getting too much because it's all going to change really soon.
Right.
But yet some good stuff. Trick Williams is now the NXT champion.
Very nice.
He beat Ilya in a great match. A lot of past NXT stars showed up to kind of cheer him on. So, like I said, we'll go over those in just a minute. So,
I'm looking for a specific one. They're going to keep BL on SmackDown. Okay.
Huh?
SmackDown.
Well, no. Right. Yeah, this is what I did here is I've got the list right here, and we'll go over it. But right now I've got who is on what brand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess we'll just go ahead and just because this will take us a while to do. Like I said, this Friday, the draft happens. They've already said that all the champions will stay on the brand they are at.
Okay.
So
Cody's going to be on SmackDown.
Cody's on SmackDown. Damien's on Raw. Those are givens. Right. The only champions that are kind of in the mix are the Kabuki Warriors with the women's championships. So,
but it's no longer SmackDown and Raw tag teams. It's World and what's that one?
What you talking about the guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
tag teams can shuffle too.
No,
because these are no longer SmackDown and Raw titles.
For the tag team, for the guys, it is now. There's yeah. So each brand and the tag team titles look and kind of coincide somewhat with the championships title.
Okay.
But like I said, there's only one women's tag team, so they haven't split those back up yet. Right. So they're the only ones that are kind of they go wherever. They're really not tied down, but they're tied with the Damage Control. So wherever Damage Control goes, if the Kabuki Warriors lose, then they will be relegated to that brand
unless they split.
Right. So that's kind of what it looks like. Friday night there'll be 4 rounds with 2 picks each.
One for Raw, one for SmackDown.
Right. And then on Monday Night Raw, there'll be 6 rounds of 2 picks each. Okay. Now, in both SmackDown and Raw, NXT members are eligible at any point. Nice. So we could have some unexpected drafts, which I do expect because we did recently have, of course, Braun Breaker being over to SmackDown. I do think Baron Corbin will make a step up. He'll get drafted back into one of the big two.
Maybe.
I expect Carmelo Hayes, and I think Ilya lost the title because they're going to move him up because he did a very good showing on his airing when he was on TV.
Right.
He really, I think he impressed a lot of people with how good he was.
Good stuff. He is good.
Yeah. So one of those, all of them future champions.
Right.
So, but once again, kind of what we talked about previously is hopefully they don't get lost in the mix. Right. But there was all those, they got let go this last week too. So, that's one of those unfortunate, but it kind of had to happen. Some that were lost, some ones, I like Cameron Grimes. They let him go. They let him go.
Wow.
He was probably had one of the most heartfelt, because he did a social media post and he was crying. And he basically, he was like, I thank them for the time there. It was great. I'm not mad at them.
Right.
It's just one of those, it sucks, but thank you.
Didn't they let, what was her name?
I can still see you, goofball.
The girl.
Which one?
The Asian girl.
What's
her name? She has the sword, the knives.
Oh yeah, I'm drawing blank. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she was let go.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
and
the fact that like the day before, they were talking about her being one of the competitors,
right,
for the match,
right,
and then they let her go.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so I mean,
maybe like they just couldn't reach a contract extension.
It could. They couldn't come to an agreement, right. Which is a very good possibility.
I'm sorry, if I'm wrestling for WWE and they offer me a contract, I don't give a damn what it is. I love the sport. I don't give a damn about the money.
Right.
Like, give me enough to pay my bills, take care of my family, and live comfortable. That's
right. It. Well, I mean, plus, if you make a good brand for yourself, you can make a good shirt. Right. Speaking of shirts, I got a shirt coming. But anyways, I like it. I really. But you can make money off of your shirt merchandise.
Right.
So,
Stone Cold was next to nothing. Yeah. When he threw out that Austin 316 shirt.
Yeah.
And literally, like a spur of the moment, Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." And then that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. That was all
2 home runs right there.
Yeah.
And that one shirt, like it literally made him $5 million a year.
Yeah. Like he said that in his very next television appearance. Everybody had
the Austin 316
signs.
Not expecting it. He didn't think it would be that big of a deal. Right.
And the next week, he came out with an Austin 316 shirt, and that thing flew off the shelves.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep it in stock for like 6 years.
Well, yeah. It's one of those, sometimes just some of the simple things, Well, Drew, when he did that picture, next to the cemetery, the headstone. That went crazy too. So it's one of those, keep plugging away and, try to find those hot moments. And not only will your merchandise sale go up, but you personally, if you're catching traction like that, then you as a wrestler,
Hollywood, you can go.
Yeah. So, but like I said, some of them were some people were bitter. Yeah. Like I say, Cameron, I think did a great thing. He was a second generation wrestler, and he knew. He made it a little further than his father did. Yeah. So, he knows what it's like. And who's to say he's not done? He could pull a Drew, go indie circuit, build up something for himself, and come back even bigger and stronger and badder.
Literally bigger.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, when he left, he was a baby
little
face, literal baby face.
Little.
He was muscular, but he was tiny.
Yeah.
He was still 6'5".
Yeah.
But
he was a toothpick kind of.
And he came back. Like, I didn't even recognize him.
I wouldn't have if I hadn't seen pictures of him 2 months before.
Right.
And I was like, dude's on the way.
Right. Like, he came in and he had his re-debut and I looked and I was like, oh my God, that guy's huge. And they were like, oh yeah, this is this guy. And I'm like, no, it's not.
That's not Drew.
That's not him. Sure as shit it was.
Yeah. Like I said, Drew's a perfect example. You know, and his mic skills have gotten better. Even Sheamus, where he was talking to Sheamus, he's like, you know, it used to be banger after banger after banger.
No,
Now it looks like burger.
Burger. Yeah, that was fucking
And even Sheamus was like, I've heard you getting better at this over the time I've been gone.
Yeah.
So I said, I mean,
Sheamus, I don't want to say he got bigger. I want to say he got softer.
he got fuller. I mean, but you know, he
hasn't missed a meal.
No. You could tell, you know, that married weight popped on because he just got married. You know, he was off for a neck. So I mean, but he still wasn't. You know, he still had muscle. You know, he had a little bit more of a midsection, but you know, it's okay. You know, he's back on the road. I'm sure he'll be able to work that back off. But if he doesn't,
said anything about when Eric is coming back?
No. And what has me worried, it might be a little bit longer because Ivar is being drafted by himself.
Right.
So that's what I saw when I was going through this list.
What are they going to do with Valhalla? Are they a package deal?
I'm sure they're a package deal because she's kind of, but he has been kind of showing up on his own too.
Or are they going to bring her back as her original gimmick?
I don't know.
Sarah
Rowe.
Sarah Rowe.
Yeah. I don't know.
She was badass back then.
She was. She was the muscle of the group with Liv and yeah.
With Liv and what's her name?
Ruby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ruby Riot. The Riot Squad.
Yeah. So she was the muscle of the group. I mean, they may, because saying that he showed up on NXT by himself. The previous 2 weeks he showed up by himself without Valhalla. So this would be a good, you know, it's him on his own, not a bad thing.
And his music here recently doesn't have Valhalla in it.
Right.
She doesn't have
Welcome to
Voice.
Yeah. So, you know, but he's proven himself.
In the new, I bet the Bulletin bought the new WWE 2K24 game.
Okay.
Epic. Absolutely epic. If you play the game, don't play the, I don't know what it's called, play Undisputed. Okay, it says in this game, check this out. The storyline for the game is Roman Reigns has vacated his title 6 days before a title defense against Cody Rhodes. Vacated.
Okay.
Your character wins the title, right?
Okay.
And you win the title because, and it's weird, but you win the title, you're up against Cody Rhodes. Okay. And it's at Fastlane, I believe. SummerSlam.
Okay.
But you do a match against Dominic, you do a match against Kevin Owens, and then you take on Braun Strowman. Right. And so after you take on Braun Strowman, the next match, and you have 5 matches in a PLE, or 4 or 5 matches. One person against 4 or 5 people in a PLE. It's 4. The Miz is the general manager of SmackDown.
Okay.
In the game. Really, really odd. William Regal is the GM of Raw.
Okay.
Kind of cool, but I'm just like, okay, I'll buy it. I'll bite. You go up against Cody, and it tells you to put him in the corner. It says, you know, whip him to the top right turnbuckle. You do that, and it says grab Cody. So you go to grab him, and it has an animation of, you know, the spear in the corner and everything. Then you try to whip him to the other corner. He reverses it and whips you back, but you hit the referee.
Okay.
Cody takes advantage of that and gives you a crossroads. Then goes to pin you while the referee is down.
Right.
The referee doesn't see it, so Cody gets up, tries to wake him up, and he stands up and turns around and gets speared by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns then looks at your character, picks you up, and lays you on top of Cody
to win the title.
You win the title. Then it shows on the next Raw. He's like, I know you and him aren't working together, da-da-da-da-da. And it's a rematch.
Right.
Well, it's the draft. First night of the draft.
Okay.
So the match starts. You're in the match. It says do a grab or do a shoulder hookup, shoulder tie up.
Right.
So you do it. As soon as you do it, the Miz comes out. And he says, this match is unsanctioned. I didn't approve of it. And they're like, what? He says, as the general manager of SmackDown, we get the first pick in the draft, and I'm taking the heavyweight champion to SmackDown. This match is over. Get out of my ring.
Okay.
Right. And so you end up going over to SmackDown, and you face Kevin Owens. The Miz tries to interfere.
Right.
Because he wants you to lose it. But you beat Kevin Owens because of his interference.
Right.
And then the Miz gets pissed off and tries to come at you. You know what I mean? You turn around, he's coming at you. You turn around, he's like, whoa, whoa. And he has set up a table between the ramp and the ring. And Kevin Owens is getting out of the ring. And you look at Miz and you give him all kind of attitude. And you powerbomb KO through the table. And you get up in the Miz's face. The Miz gets up in your face, yada, yada, yada. And you walk out. I was like, that's so badass. Like, even the game has a storyline.
Right.
That is just like, what the fuck? Like, it's got turns here, twists there.
Right.
Courtney was watching me play when I beat Cody. And when Roman speared him, she goes, oh, sure, fuck. Even in a damn game, he cheats. And I was like, she's like, he helped you cheat? I'm like, whoa. First off, I did what the game told me to do.
Yeah.
So I didn't cheat. And neither did my character because he was fighting him one-on-one. And Roman speared him after he was already knocked out.
Right.
And put him on top of him. It's crazy. Absolutely bananas. You'll have to play that game sometime.
Okay. Really interesting.
Buy it. It's just like the first 10 matches and the way you can put your actual face on the character. It's got facial recognition on the app, and you can just like take a picture of your face and put it on there.
Really?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
So,
I might actually, if we're being honest, Twitch record some of it and then share it to here.
Okay.
Put it on the channel. I might do that. I don't know. I might.
Sounds good. So
back to it.
So, all right. Now, once after the draft is done, the rosters that are picked will go into effect the Monday after Backlash, because that's just in a few weeks. So, there for Friday's pool, there's only certain individuals that are eligible.
Right.
So it's not everybody's open for it. It's just certain individuals. So first one, and we're going to go alphabetical order because that's how I wrote it. First one is AJ Styles, which he's on SmackDown.
Right.
So do you think he'll stay at SmackDown? Do you think he'll go to Raw?
I think he'll go to SmackDown. No, I think he'll go to Raw.
You think he'll be Raw?
I
agree.
Raw.
You think so?
I agree. I think the thing with LA Knight is played out. I think Knight will stay on SmackDown and face Cody.
Right.
At some point.
See, because he's also eligible the same night.
Right.
So
I think he'll stay on SmackDown and eventually face Cody because, I honestly believe that Cody is going to win at Backlash.
Right.
I think AJ is going to lose. And I think AJ is going to end up going over to Raw. LA Knight's going to stay on SmackDown. And if they send AJ to Raw, there's no way he's going to win the title.
Right.
Because it has to stay on SmackDown.
Right.
So they're going to give it to somebody who's on SmackDown.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. I think LA might actually win that and then send, because I think they're going to give him a push, especially towards Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah. And
then so they can end that feud between those two, and I think send AJ to Raw.
Because as good as the feud was, the bickering back and forth, the in-home invasions, all that stuff, people just weren't interested.
No,
they were like, oh, okay.
Well, and it's one of those, and everybody, unfortunately, was like, oh, we've seen this before,
right? Stone Cold, Triple H.
Randy Orton.
Triple H going after Randy Orton in his own home was the most epic thing I've ever seen. And to see his home destroyed by Triple H.
Yeah.
He threw Randy Orton through his living room window, which wasn't even his house. Oh, now I get a thumbs up. Whatever.
That was so cool.
What?
That was so cool.
Yeah.
I loved watching that. I don't even know why.
Well, it was cool, especially at the time when they did it.
Yeah.
Everybody was like,
Right.
No.
Like, that was
I
real.
watched him with the sledgehammer, and he was chasing Randy Orton and some other dude. And I'm like, yo, they really allowed that? Like, this dude just got hit in the back by a sledgehammer.
Oh yeah.
So-
I mean, I was shocked.
I mean,
I was
back
like,
back when they first started the whole sledgehammer,
savages.
when they first started it, they were movie prop sledgehammers.
I'm trying not to.
They were,
Oh, you're
they were
good.
heavy, but they were made of foam, so they didn't hurt.
and a lot of times you could tell which ones are the real ones because right
Yeah.
before Triple H hits somebody, he puts his hand over the end of
If
it.
he doesn't put his hand on it, it's fake.
Yeah.
If
So
he puts his hand over the edge of it, that damn thing is real.
Well, it was real because he broke a mirror
Yeah.
with it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he smashed that mirror with it. Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like, and that's the same one that he hit the guy with. And I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
ow.
I got an opinion. It's something that's been racking my brain. When Tama Tonga and Solo attacked Jimmy, why did they position a chair like that on his head? I've never seen it positioned like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like normally it's positioned to where it rotates around the head
Right.
and it doesn't squish. But that thing,
Yeah.
it was folded up in a way
That yeah, it could actually
to
yeah.
where that thing could have done real damage.
Yeah.
And whenever he
When I saw
the chair
that-
was leaned out and he was leaned out.
Yeah.
And you see him go all the way back into the turnbuckle
Yeah.
and stop and the chair keeps going.
Yeah. I saw that.
Like, what did
I
he
was like somebody's messing this up.
do?
Really bad.
Right. Oh yeah.
People think I was just reading. The rumor is the reason they did that with Jimmy is he actually got hurt,
Mhm.
so they needed to get him out for a little while, so that's why they did that.
Right.
So, that's the rumor. That's why they took him out, is that he got hurt like during Mania,
Here, come join first.
and
I'm gonna have her join.
so it's not
You
confirmed.
guys get to hang out with my wife for just a second.
Oh, no, my face is breaking out.
You're fine.
Oh, anyways, who
You're
cares?
fine. It's a wrestling podcast.
Oh, and I'm not wearing a bra.
You're all right.
Just tell that to the whole world.
Oh, yeah. I feel like crap today.
Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, I was just reading that a lot of people think that's why they went ahead and had Jimmy taken out, is that he may have actually got hurt during Mania, and so this will give him a chance to take a break and heal. So
A lot of people got hurt during WrestleMania.
yeah, I mean because they gave it their all.
Yeah, Seth,
And-
I mean Seth Rollins though, like
Yeah.
I was completely
Yeah,
shocked
well, see,
by
and-
that.
But he was already hurt, and he actually that following week he went under and had knee surgery.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was the
He
plan.
Still showed up for Cody.
Yeah, but he had been, his back and his knee had been messed up for years.
Oh my gosh.
So this way, they bookended it, everything, and he was able to. And the plan originally is that him and Becky would take time off. Seth could get the surgeries and get the rest and healing that he needed, and they could spend time together as a family.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Rhea got hurt also. At first, I was thinking it was work, but it come to find out, it looked like she actually did get hurt. And then, they had the women's battle royal.
And
For the
they
winner.
Had to give up the title. She had to give up.
She had to vacate the title, so they had to find a new one. So they asked Becky to come in, and they gave the title to Becky. She won the battle royale.
I didn't even pay attention. to
Yeah,
that.
so a lot of people are upset, trying to call Becky Hogan, because just one of those, they just keep putting the title on her, even though she's only had it 7 times, and it's been several years since she's had the title last.
Yeah.
But they were afraid that if it went to somebody else right now, that they would lose ratings. So they put it on Becky. So Becky took time away from her family that was planned to come on Raw to help the brand out for a little while, and then people are giving her crap about it.
I mean, it's how she supports her family. You
Yeah.
can't be mad about it.
Well, and it's one of those, and she loves the business.
Yeah.
If she's willing to, take a little time to help the business as it's trying to
Have you ever
rebuild,
been-
then, stop giving her grief.
No, enjoy.
So, but yeah,
Going
so
forward.
like I said, and everybody's like saying that Liv should have got it, but I think the only reason I don't think they did give it to Liv is because this whole Dreadmere thing.
Mhm.
They're building it still.
They got something going.
And nothing popped up Monday night,
Right.
but Friday night there was, and yeah, I was surprised Monday because they were in Ohio, which is Alexa's hometown. I was expecting something.
I think they're going to pop up the draft.
I think it'll be after the draft. I think
something's coming in the draft.
Is it bad that I'm really excited for the draft? Because I don't even know what it is.
yeah, basically everybody's up to be drafted to another brand.
Well,
So the only people that aren't are the champions.
I just want Cody to stay.
Well, Cody's going to be there because he's a champion.
Can we just talk about how small she looks?
I'm so tiny. No, I mean, I think.
So yeah, Damien will stay where he's at. Cody's going to stay where he's at. Logan Paul and Sami Zayn, they'll stay because they're champions. The champions stay where they're at.
I'm not gonna lie, I want some of the old people to come back. Like I was so excited when Undertaker came back. I'm like, yes.
He did redo his Legend contract, so he's still part of the company. And also a sixth member of everybody's trying to figure out who the sixth member of the Wyatt Six.
Not hard.
Well, that's number 5.
Mhm.
Dexter Lumis is still on the roster. And I said from the get-go, Dexter would be perfect with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. His gimmick is perfect for it. So,
If I'm not mistaken, Bray Wyatt had a son, right? Am I saying his name right?
he's got one son and 2 daughters, but they're young.
The guy who passed away?
Bray, yeah.
Bray?
Yeah.
So I can see him
I'm going to
following
lean
his
forward.
dad.
I can't hear you.
I can see him. No, I don't want to. My back's killing me. No, but I can see him following in his dad's footsteps.
I mean,
eventually.
even one of his daughters.
Yeah,
Because
one of his
all
kids.
of those kids. If you watch that documentary, all of their, I mean,
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But I had to.
you could he was definitely a family
Great
guy.
father.
His kids adored him.
I was
So
gonna say, I remember seeing something. I think it was his sister that was talking, and she was telling about how Bray
he was meant to be a dad.
was. I think it was his sister
Yeah.
that was talking, and she's like, "No, he has to be there for when I have my kid." And that kind of right there, I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I tortured my sister when she was pregnant and she went in and she was in labor with her first child, and I tortured her to the point where she said no more family. So I kind of followed in that footsteps and was like, yeah, no, because if my family annoys me, yeah, no.
So okay. Next on the list of who's eligible Friday night, you've got Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Static.
Yeah. So, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, you probably don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what he's been doing. That's why I was like P-Babel in the back. Yeah.
We've got a little human worm down here crawling
Yeah.
around. So.
He's trying not to be seen on camera.
um,
Can you come say hi? Is your belly hurting? No. No. We'll have to say hi.
this little cheese ball just trying to get on the camera.
Let's get you some medicine.
So yeah, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, they're a tag team. They came from NXT last year. I mean, they're really good, but they haven't been on TV a lot. They haven't really had a. They're both, came over from NXT UK, so they've got a lot of good potential. They're just not getting that push yet. So right now they're tied to SmackDown. I don't know why they would change them right now.
Unless they want to switch it up with the women's division.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're going to try to switch it up.
All
But-
I know is that one girl still there?
The one. Okay, so he showed me this movie. Like, this is not off topic. Like, this is literally same topic. I just can't remember. I can't remember what movie it was that came on or that was on before Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. I can't remember what movie it was, but it had The Rock in it, and then it had it was based on a true story of how one of the girls became, and she's from the UK.
Oh,
Fighting with My Family.
Fighting with My Family. Yes, she's over at the AEW.
I want to see that
page.
from the beginning, and then
That's a
I
great
want to
movie.
see
That's
her
a
in an actual match, and then I want to see her.
Paige was
succeed
wonderful.
to either Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown.
Well, she's with AEW. She's no longer with WWE.
Oh,
She's on AEW, but she was one of those. She had the same kind of neck injury. Had to retire for a while. She came back, but there was a lot of issues. There was a sex tape, and
with Xavier Woods
and another guy. Yeah, it was a threesome sex tape. Yeah, Xavier Woods was one of them.
Dang, she's freaky.
Yeah, but then she had other issues outside. And so it was just one of those. So she showed back up on AEW. So she's there. And I mean, she may, eventually make her way back to WWE.
I hope she does.
Yeah. Because
in the bathroom, in the bottom drawer, there's those chewable tablets with laxatives. See it. Go get me the bottle and I'll give him some of them.
All right.
Because I don't have any Miralax for him.
so
He had too much cheese. He can't have a lot of cheese.
right. Next eligible Friday night is Alpha Academy. So which Chad did the heel turn, and then he basically told the rest of the members that they were a disappointment Monday night. So not sure where they're going with that. I'm kind of wondering, because other individuals that are eligible Monday night,
Who's Chad?
the little short guy. Thank you. Come on now.
No.
He was another Olympic wrestler.
I guess he's just not relevant. I'm going to use my husband's words. I guess he's just not relevant.
Not to you.
me,
Yeah.
Not to me.
Not to you.
So, I mean, I'm still learning everybody. Like,
Yeah.
I literally just figured out
did
who
you
our
see-
Truth was, and I found out he's got an imaginary friend, and I'm just over here like,
Jimmy.
so.
Yeah. So yeah, you're behind. You're playing catch up. That's fine. Yeah. Chad. He was an Olympic wrestler also. They're trying to do kind of like a Kurt Angle type, but he's been trying to train these other wrestlers to make them better. And his last little run, he was trying to get one of the main titles, but he lost to Sami Zayn.
Yes. Okay. So I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about now. Why are you trying to give it to him?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's Chad, and he did the heel turn on Sami Zayn. So all of Alpha Academy is eligible because they're drafting them as a group.
3 to 6. I'd give him start with 3 for now.
So, but I'm not sure if they're going to keep them together. But right now they're on Raw.
Yeah, because so like I know exactly who you're talking about now when you say Chad.
Yeah.
Because he was like, Sami Zayn was like, okay, so I'll, in my hometown, I will, I'll wrestle you. And then he ended up losing to him, which I know it broke his heart,
Right.
because he wanted it really bad.
Right.
But
and a lot of the fans wanted Chad to win it over Sammy too. That's the crazy thing.
But he's, I don't know. It's kind of what been. Yeah, whoever it's at. Where is it?
In your room.
It's in mommy's room?
Yeah.
Okay, go ask Mom for it. If it's in mommy's room. Oh, you want my iPad?
No.
No? Okay, where?
Yeah, your iPad.
My iPad's down there beside the chair, homeboy.
So
Sorry.
no, you're good. So I mean, if they're doing this feud with Sammy, which Sammy is the champion for one of the champions on SmackDown, he's going to stay there.
Sammy deserves it. Like, that's my thing. Like,
he
he's
does,
fought for it and fought for it and fought for it, and
But-
he's worked really hard for
yeah,
it.
but a lot of people have. I mean, even Chad has fought for it and worked for it too. He is just as worthy as Sammy, you know. So I mean,
Yeah, he is. You know, and I that's why I mean,
I think this, and like I
that's
said,
one of the fights I really wanted to
with-
see, and that's one I did
with
watch. So now
Alpha Academy technically belongs to Raw. So I think during the draft, because of this feud going on, that they'll get drafted to SmackDown.
yeah.
That way they can continue the feud
Okay.
successfully.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on your right there.
Do you want to say hi too?
Hi.
Hi.
Abel got to say hi. Come here.
You want to come over here and say hi to the people on here?
You're the only child who hasn't been on here yet. Come here. I don't know if mommy's iPad's charged. Can you say hi?
See your face?
Do you want to talk wrestling? Because you love to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite?
The road.
I am. You're definitely my child, aren't you?
He's my favorite.
Yep, Cody Rhodes there.
Cody Rhodes?
The American Nightmare.
Yeah. Are you glad that he won WrestleMania?
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
You'll be
Are you
proud of
glad
him.
he won WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dear.
Alright.
You'll be proud of him. He stomached all three of them.
Good job, buddy.
Come here, dude. Let me show you something.
Yeah. Go. Hi. Hi.
All right.
Here, Bubba. No, he's not. He's not behind me.
All right. Next, we have Andrade.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He's the one that Judgment Day was trying to get on their side. He'll wear the mask out to the ring. He's actually married to Charlotte Flair. So, and because I know if you saw pictures of these guys, you'd know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
He's a third generation wrestler, but yeah, he just came back just recently. He right now is tied to Raw. With the way they're doing with the lucha wrestlers and all that, I'm not quite sure if they're going to move him, because they do have this feud going on with Judgment Day, and I think he is a good future champion. I think he would be a great person to mix up with Damian Priest. I would actually like to see him stay on Raw. So
I mean, I didn't know that they have the I'm just kind of shocked that they have like the draft.
yeah, and
Kind
it
of
was
like football and stuff like that.
When-
That's
yeah.
what shocks me.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
it's something that Vince started a long time ago, and when he did it, everybody's like, "That's actually a really, really, really great idea." So yeah, every year after Mania, they do this. That way, it keeps everything mixed up. It keeps everything just new and fresh. Like I say, because then sometimes we can get some of these dream matches. These dream matches that we never even thought of with some of these. Because new people show up, like Jade Cargill showed up. So now where's she going to be? Type of stuff. So now we can get some of these matches going.
I'm gonna tell you, you're over here spitting off names, and I'm over here like I don't know who that is.
Jade Cargill is the big black girl with the muscles.
Yeah,
Oh, that girl.
yeah, that's Jade Cargill. Yeah,
I tell you what, she.
yeah, and her when she pins somebody, that's a little erotic.
I sat there. I was like, hold on, that literally lasted. That literally lasted like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Like she come out, she pinned, she walked out or
Yeah.
walked away, and I'm like, dang girl.
yeah, it was a squash match. So, and it's one of those, and she came over from AEW. She was a females champion there. The big thing was yes, she's got the physique, she's got the persona, but she didn't really have the in-ring skills. So she's been working with Triple H. So you can tell she's still a little kind of not fully there. That's why I think her being with Bianca is a great thing. I can see them, tag teaming up And actually, I think I prefer that her and Bianca. You know who Bianca is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think if her and Bianca had a feud, would be probably the best thing for Jade, and her skill level would jump up so much more.
Yeah, but I mean,
She's got the potential.
To be completely honest with you, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually, if I read it correctly, you know, online, because I actually looked into her and I looked into Bianca because I was showing my grandma, I was like, Grandma, you go look at this girl. Like I tell you what, she's big. Like I'm not, and I'm like, look at her arms. They're just like,
yeah.
And so I was talking to my grandma about it, and I told her, I was like, you know, like apparently, so what I was reading is, if I'm not mistaken, Bianca and Jade have actually already, like, they either thought of doing a match or they've already done a match to each other. Like, not with each other, but against each other.
If they have, it was a house show, but I think they wouldn't do that right now because they've had them tagging up. Like I said, I think for them actually being, you know, having a feud, it would be a great thing. And I think both of them see that. That would be great for both their careers, and it would be really good for Jade's.
I'm still going to cheer for Bianca.
My dear.
Okay.
All right.
I just farted.
So next one, Braun Breaker. Do you know who that one is? He just came over from NXT.
You know what?
Yeah, pull him up.
I'm just gonna...
Braun Breaker is a second generation wrestler. His dad and his uncle are Hall of Famers.
No.
Yeah, see, that's what my phone does the same thing to it. Yep.
Stop it. Stop it.
Here. Go away from
Okay. Okay, how do you...
BRON. BRE. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want Dad. My bad.
That's Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, his dad and his uncle, the Steiner brothers,
Yeah.
Hall of Famers. So
He's only 26 years old?
yes.
Oh my God.
Austin Theory ain't much older.
Hey, Xavier needs medicine. We need to take him some.
Which medicine?
Zarbies.
Okay, I'm gonna move back over now that you know what he looks like.
Yeah, now that I know
Okay.
what he looks like. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, he just recently got signed to SmackDown. I mean, he's going to make a huge impact. I mean, but I don't see a reason why they would move him to Raw. I mean, he just signed to SmackDown not too long ago.
So I think he'll stay.
Like I said, I mean, either way, if he does stay or if he doesn't stay, it's really irrelevant. But I mean, I think it'd be good to keep him there because more people still have regular TV than have cable. So it gets him more TV exposure in the long run. So I think that'd be a better thing for him.
I honestly, I just want to see. Like, so when it comes to like all of it, I'm at that wedge where it's like some people are only really might be doing it for the money, but some might be doing it because that's what they love to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, if the people who are doing it for the money, like, cool, whatever, then, you know, if they draft it to, you know, if they draft it to, like, if somebody's on SmackDown, they draft it to Raw, or from Raw to SmackDown.
Right.
Like, but I don't want to see that for the money. Like, I want to see it for what they do.
Yeah. And I think a lot of them, they do love it for their pure entertainment. You know, Braun, he's, like I said, he grew up in it. He knows it. I mean, you can tell. I mean, he started off a face. He went heel. He did everything he could, the best way to make himself a heel, and he ran with it. So, I mean, he grew up in the industry. He loves the industry. You can tell. And he's going to be a force to reckon with. He's a future champion.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, when you grow up in something like that, you just don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you.
And it's one of those, and just because you grew up in it doesn't mean you'll be good at it. because there've been several wrestlers, that their kids, of course, grew up in it and tried it, and just it wasn't their thing.
I mean, there's people like, they're good, like they grew up in the football industry,
Right.
And they see their dads playing football, but it doesn't mean that
They're
like you said, they're not good at it, but they still want to be a part of it, so they find a place.
Yeah, they're
in
part
the
of industry,
so they can still be a part of the industry
Right.
and hold that.
Right. Like I said, Mike Tyson, still one of the baddest men, boxers. His son one day went to him and said, "Hey, I want to be a boxer too." And Mike's like, "You don't have it." And his son was like, "What do you mean I don't have it?" He's like, "They're killers. They're there because they're hungry.
Yeah.
They grew up in the streets. They grew up fighting. I grew up. I had
you alive.
yeah. Tyson told his kid, he's like, I had nothing. I grew up with nothing. He's like, boy, you grew up in a fancy house taking trips to foreign countries. You don't know hungry.
Yeah.
These guys will eat you alive."
Yeah, no, they really will.
Yeah. So that's when, these second and third generation wrestlers, when they get into the industry, their dads don't play soft with them. Because they want them to know this is a rugged business. So.
Well, in the real world too, the real world's not so nice.
No, real world's not
and
nice
that's
either.
something that I'm teaching the kids.
Yeah.
The real world isn't.
That's why I'm an asshole.
It's not. I mean, that's facts, but the real world, no, and
Yeah.
they're not.
People don't
it's
care.
not nice.
Yeah, most people don't care about you and what you got going on.
It's like my son's grandmother, had made the comment that she raised her son to be an asshole because the world's not nice, and she's like, but I didn't raise him to be that much of an asshole.
That's funny.
But I mean, my son's dad can be an asshole.
No, we all can at some point.
It just boils back down to the world sucks.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of people out there who just do things for the money, and there's a lot of people out there who just do things because they
in
want
this
to.
this industry, it is a microcosm of the world. I mean, it's people are we're here. They act like douchebags, but a lot of times, most of them in real life are really good guys. But they act like douchebags because people in the world are douchebags.
I don't think I've actually seen Braun Breaker actually
Wrestle yet?
Wrestle yet? I
Yeah.
don't know if I have or not. I may have.
Okay. But his matches, all of his matches that you would have seen would have been on SmackDown or something like that, and they're squash matches, so they're in and out fast done. Like the last one he had was with Cameron Grimes, and it was just a few minutes long. So
I don't know who that is.
So
either.
yeah, I know exactly. Cameron Grimes just got let go.
Yeah.
So like I said, fast in and out matches. If you're, like I said, you got multiple kids here, so if you're not paying attention 100%, match is over with before you even look at the screen. So.
Well, and I've also been focusing on school too.
Right.
Like, anytime I get the chance, like if
Right.
the baby's asleep or something, I'm like, okay, school it is.
Time for this.
Yeah.
So
Kind of try to stay on top.
now
of
the next
everything.
group, which Rome, this is kind of when I was looking this up, it kind of intrigued me. They've got these two guys together as part of the draft: Cedric Alexander and Ashante the Adonis. He was with the group that BFAB used to be with. Yeah. So apparently they got them tagged up. But we haven't seen them on anything TV-wise, so I'm guessing they're doing house shows and dark matches. So, but they're technically tied both to SmackDown. So they're eligible for the pool for Friday night. I mean, kind of like I said with Braun Breaker, if you keep them on SmackDown, get them that TV time on a national syndicate that's not cable. If they're going to try to push them, that'd be the best route to do.
Right.
Build their brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we going to SmackDown to see fillers?
I would love to.
Y'all can. I'm gonna stay here.
And I mean, my daughter's going because that's the day before her birthday. So don't remind me.
She'll be 18.
I'm asking.
Duh!
I'm sorry.
Yes, she will be 18.
We all got to get older at some point.
She will be 18.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
she won't be able to fill seats until she's 18.
Okay. So, well, then we'll have to figure it out. Okay.
Why don't
So
we buy a seat for her? Buy a seat for her. And her and Libby watch while we see them.
So we'll figure it out.
I don't care as long as I see Cody. I just want to see Cody.
Next up, Ivar.
I've become a Jey Uso fan too recently. It's,
Nothing wrong with that.
it does not help.
Yeet.
My boy.
It doesn't help anytime his phone rings and it plays his song. And anytime Oakland's like screaming, she can be screaming at the top of her lungs and his phone just start ringing and she's just like, ah. And I'm like, seriously? You can't do that with Cody Rhodes' theme song? How rude.
Next up, we got Ivar. He is tied with Raw right now. So I don't know what they're.
I honestly hope he transfers.
I mean, I think they may keep him, but he's been showing up on NXT. He actually is supposed to go up against Obafemi, who has the North American title on NXT. So I think it'd be a good time for him to maybe have him tied to Raw because it really doesn't matter, but have him on NXT to kind of help brand himself as himself, you know. So, and of course, we got Jey Uso.
You know, I've noticed
Uso.
that. I've noticed a lot of Finn Balor didn't used to do it.
Yeah.
At the live shows. Okay. Cody Rhodes at the live shows.
Yes.
AJ Styles at the live shows.
Right.
Now,
well, and
did you watch AEW? Or what was it? Yeah, AEW. There was a video. This was on, I think, TikTok. They were talking about the Double or Nothing. And there was a guy that came back. I don't know who he is. He came back and he attacked Tony. And then the what do they call it? Cody Rhodes and Finn were part of it. It took my son. It's a faction memory.
the Bullet Club.
No, different name for it.
But with the Young Bucks, though.
Young Bucks.
Yeah.
This guy in the Young Bucks fucked up Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Matthew Perry's boy, and Okada. Yeah, last night. That was last night on AEW.
So, are they going to be released from AEW?
I don't know because they just signed Okada. I think they're trying to do a DX. The Young Bucks. I don't know. I mean, because
would that be their way out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seemed it looked like more like they were trying to do a faction, you know, a DX, something like that type faction. So I don't know.
I think the days of old are going to come back where there's multiple big factions.
There are, but I think they're still good where they're at right now. Building though is, I mean, they could build a Bullet Club because they have Anderson and Gallows. They've got. And a lot of people tend to forget Tama Tonga was part of the Bullet Club.
Hold on, are we talking? Who are we talking about?
Jey Uso.
Okay, well, I hope he stays on Raw
I would like to see him stay on Raw
because I want to see
him
more.
go to SmackDown. Because when we go to SmackDown, we'll see Cody and Jey.
See, that's
Well, I mean that's a good point too, but like I wish they would, if they do, like they could even transfer Cody to Raw.
They won't.
but it's
because
not
I
right
want
now.
to see more of both of them
Both of them.
than I do pretty much anybody else. Like,
Right.
I mean,
I want
They
to see
both-
Jey come back to SmackDown. Your retribution against the Bloodline.
Well, see, the thing is, will the Bloodline stay there?
yes,
Because the whole Judgment Day is also up, except for Damian because he's the champion.
I was gonna say Damian took over from what Cody was it Cody? No, Jay. It was Jay. Jay had
He's
made
like,
the only reason you're here is because Rhea Ripley got hurt. And he's like, and by the way, how's mommy doing? Tell her I said hi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you are a savage.
And then he's like, you just Dominic Mysterio's bitch. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh, dang. No, he's a savage. And I mean, he's put himself up there without Jimmy, without the
And he
bloodline.
was doing that beforehand, anyways. You could tell they were priming him for that. So, I mean, I'm kind of either way right now with Jay. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, he'll do great either way. You know, it's just what they're going to do with the bloodline, because on Monday night, and when I go through the Monday night list of eligibility, how they have some of these people stacked up and how they had them on the official lettering of factions was quite interesting. So, next we got Liv Morgan. I think, well, that's the thing is so if Taylor's coming back, is Taylor coming back to Raw then if she stays? Because she's on Raw. She is tied to Raw. So is Taylor coming to Raw? Because remember, Triple H likes to keep the couples together.
Does he really?
Huh?
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why you have Bianca and the Street Profits together. That's, yeah. All the couples he keeps together. He keeps on the same show.
He'll come back to Raw.
Yeah.
And who?
Charlotte.
Well, I mean, so I had seen
Naomi and
a
Jimmy.
video, and like I'm not trying to change like the subject. This is still kind of on it, but Cody was on. He was on the. Oh my god, he was on the. I can't even think what it's called right now. The thing that they freaking fight on. the mat, the stage, whatever.
The ring?
Yeah, he was in the ring.
Uh-huh.
And somebody has spoke to Cody, and Cody's wife come out with the mic, and she's like,
that was against
said it
Jade. So when Cody made that reference because they were in Brandy's hometown. So Cody was in the ring. Jade came out and was saying something to Cody and Brandy because she was actually part of the general manager position on AEW. This was all AEW. She's like, when she came out and was like, who you think you're talking to, my man, like that?
And she's like, who said it was open mic night, bitch?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was when they were both on AEW, all three of them at the time.
I didn't even know you can cuss on there because I was like, I learned through him like on, WWE, you can't do that. Like you get fined because I only found out because of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And so I'm like
I said, it depends on who they have the contracts with, what TV station, and what that TV station will allow at that time frame.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was
it was Jade Cargill that was talking to Cody, and Brandy came out and verbally just assaulted Jade.
Yeah.
Which I know with the daughter they may not right now, but I think it'd be a cool surprise to have Brandy drafted to SmackDown.
I mean, I don't know if she will because I've been following her. I mean, she's running her own yoga business and not just taking care of their daughter, but like she's got that
stuff and stuff at home and stuff like that.
But I think it would be pretty neat because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I will stop rooting for Bianca and all of them. I will go straight to Brandy. It'll be Brandy and Cody and Jey Uso like all the way,
right? Until
Jay gets a old lady, and then it'll be there. That four.
Well, Jimmy is married to Naomi.
The Glow.
Yeah. Well.
So.
Maybe,
I've always been kind of mid on Naomi.
She's kind of growing on me, but. Anyway.
But so I mean, I kind of agree with Liv for keeping her on Raw, which that does mean that Taylor show up there,
Where you going?
and that way, and then you'll have Alexa on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the whole Dreadmare thing, that there'll be basically members of Dreadmare on each brand.
Mhm.
And you can see on NXT the 3 that they're kind of piecing together on NXT. It's I can see it forming right now.
Yeah.
So, and it's a great combination of Shane Spears, Joe Gacy, and Ridge Holland. So I think that'd be a great little faction right there. And like I said, they're all intertwined. So, but I think keeping Liv.
Wyatt 9?
Huh?
Would it be the Wyatt 9?
No, it's the Wyatt 6 will be its own thing.
The Founders.
And then there'll be kind of, I guess
Kind of like NWO branches.
Exactly. I was about to say the exact same thing. It's kind of branches. They're interconnected, but they're as part of it, but not actually the group.
Yeah.
So, because that's what Taylor was talking about. Having each one has their own path, has their own way. They may not be directly connected to, but they'll be part of the whole thing. So, yeah, I can see Liv being there. And then Taylor showing up with whatever gimmick, the Jester, Uncle Howdy. I'm not big on the Uncle Howdy. I wasn't big on.
He needs to come back to the
So whatever it's going to be, like I said, the Jester, whatever, Wormwood, the Jester, whatever it's going to be, I don't know.
Look, I just know I get super excited when wrestling comes on.
We got Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
She just needs to get fired.
She's gotten better. She wrestles like a big guy now. She reminds me of a giant Kevin Nash. It looks like she's been working with the big guys to learn how to move and work like they do. And she's improved a lot. So I'm really happy with her. Next, Randy Orton. He's tied to SmackDown right now. He just signed that with SmackDown. So
I'm glad he's back.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I see him with a championship run, probably against Cody Rhodes.
I would rather see him a championship run with Cody Rhodes than Damian. So I think if they team with Damian, he'd take out. They would have him take over Damian.
Wait, hold
that
on.
fast.
What did you say?
Cody and Randy in a legacy match.
Yes.
I don't want them to have a match because, to be honest with you,
It's
I mean-
good. Those bread things are good.
Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, if they were to have a match, I think I would honestly cry because I wouldn't know who to freaking cheer for. Randy's not one of my top tier favorites like Cody is, but he's still one of my favorite wrestlers from back then. Because when I was a child, I used to sit there and I used to watch with my dad, but it would be bits and pieces. So I knew who The Undertaker was. I knew who Triple H was, Shawn Michaels. I knew who all they were.
Right.
I knew who The Rock was, John Cena. Oh my gosh, John Cena was my cousin's dad, apparently. Brantley Gilbert is apparently my youngest son's dad. If you ask
You
him,
better go tell him when we go over there on May 10th.
I'm gonna be like, I need child support, homie. You got me pregnant somehow, some way over the TV. No, I used to watch bits and pieces of it, so I know who a little bit of people were,
Right.
And then I just
Let's test your knowledge, you ready?
I stopped being around my dad. So
Who you know the boogeyman is?
Coming to get you.
He's a wrestler.
I love the boogeyman.
And he really doesn't have any teeth.
Yeah. 8 worms.
yeah, my
He literally eats
dad
worms.
used to talk about him.
He would eat live worms on food.
Yeah, I
and
know.
he'd smash the clock over his head.
Yeah. My dad used to.
Sometimes they were
talk
actually
about him.
spaghetti, but
Um,
at times he did have real worms.
I didn't know his
He chewed
name,
things up, too.
but I want to say it was. I don't remember, but we were watching something, and I was like, no wonder where my dad got that from, because my dad, he would always wrestle with us girls, I don't know if he was trying to toughen us up or what, but he would always wrestle with us girls, and he would do that thing where he'd put our heads like right there between his legs, like by his kneecaps or whatever.
Right.
And then he just dropped to his knees.
Tombstone.
And I'm pretty sure that was an Undertaker thing.
Yes.
And
Undertaker came.
so I was like, no wonder where my dad got that. You remember when I said that? I was like, I was so shocked. I was like, no wonder where my dad got
that. Undertaker, and then Kane also took it. So,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I mean, I could still see Randy staying on SmackDown.
I mean, he
but
just
I wouldn't be.
signed with them too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did go to Raw. What are you doing over there, boy?
Where do you think Punk's going?
Huh?
He's eating more garlic
Where do you
bread.
think Punk's going?
Well, he's on the Monday night, so
You ready to swap back over?
yeah, he's in the Monday night pool. So yeah, we're still on Friday night's pool. Ricochet.
Did you see
Right now he's
what
tied to
he
Raw.
said to Samantha before he did that rope 540?
No.
He springboarded off the ropes onto who was he facing? Was laying on the table. Springboarded into the 540 and landed on the table.
Uh-huh.
Who was he fighting?
I don't remember right now.
Anyway, if you watch the video, he looks over at Samantha and says, "I'm sorry," and jumps. Story behind that: she doesn't like when he jumps to the table.
Right. Well, yeah,
Because,
because he could get.
I think it was 3 years ago. He did the same move, I think it was on NXT or wherever he was at, and he hit his thigh, and his leg was temporarily paralyzed for 9 days.
Oh wow.
He hit a nerve just right.
Right.
And if you watch that clip, when he jumped, he hit the same exact spot. And it showed him and her. It showed his move and Samantha's reaction.
Yeah.
She did like this and turned away.
Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic because they don't tell her anything about the.
Oh yeah. She doesn't want to know.
Right. She's like, don't tell me who wins.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going to happen.
So her
That
reaction
way
is
it's-
legit.
That way it's a raw reaction.
And which is why she cried.
Yeah.
Like
Win Cody.
Absolute baby when Cody won.
Yeah.
Like she did a.
She was so invested in that story that
She did a. Like she doesn't know when they're going to run out and interfere. That she doesn't know anything.
Right.
Any match.
Right.
She wants to be just as surprised as a fan.
She wants to stay as much of a fan.
I would honestly be just like her if I was in her position as well.
Right.
Like it's heart wrenching.
I feel like for the referees, they got that little earbud in their ear that says, "Okay, switch the momentum. Okay, it's time to go over. Okay,
Right.
match is
5
2
minutes.
minutes left.
Yeah.
5 minutes left. Tell them to get into a slapping contest. Tell them this. Tell them like you've got it. Like it's like you wouldn't think so, but the referee is literally the air traffic controller. That
Yeah.
tells them exactly. What's
He
going on
is a
in
controller of
backstage.
the entire match.
Like if you
It's
watch-
a huge
If
responsibility.
you watch, they got an earpiece in their ear, and you'll see them.
Yeah, no.
Like when you see them go check on them, they'll tap them, be like, turnbuckle.
Or like I said, or and everybody knows about it, but they'll put their fingers in their hand, and if they're fine, they squeeze the fingers. If they don't squeeze the fingers, they already know something's wrong.
Oh, so they have a way to check them too. So
Yeah.
that's always good.
And they
Yeah.
make it so nonchalant. They're like,
Yeah. And as they do it, they do that. And so if the wrestler's fine, then the wrestler will grab their hand and they're like, okay.
or they'll make some kind of flexing motion.
Yeah.
Oh, so there was this. Oh my gosh, there was this video that I came across, and I was so invested in it, and I was so mad I didn't know what it was. But it was one of the girl fights, and this girl had won, and like the person who came out with her was up on, in the ring with her, and was holding her hand up and everything, and the girl who won was just stumbling everywhere, and next thing you know, she just dropped to the ground, and they were trying to wake her up and all this, that, and the other, and I don't even know what happened. I was so mad. I was like, what happened? Like, you see the referee, you see, the emergency team come out and
Right.
tend to her, but it's like, what happened? Like, we see that she won, but like, what happened after?
Okay, you're probably thinking it was probably NXT. It was Roxanne Perez, and she went up against a famous Japanese wrestler. She won the match and then passed out right after. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was NXT. It was Roxanne Perez, and yeah, she was the NXT champion, and she won the match, but it wasn't. It was for the title, but Roxanne had the title, and basically she had overexerted herself and was just too much of a strain. They made her basically give up the title. But it was used this last few months as kind of part of her gimmick because she did a heel turn. And she was like, I never lost that title. I was forced to give it up. And she's the NXT champion again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. I always wonder.
So, she had a legit episode. She overexhaustion, stress. And, she flat passed out.
I'm going to tell you, my Facebook feed, like on my wall, is pretty much just all wrestling stuff now.
Yeah. And Roxanne Perez
it's bad.
Trained at Booker T's wrestling gym. So she is a Booker T alum. That's if you ever watch NXT and Booker T's talk about her so favorably, because that's his girl.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna pass it back to my husband.
Time for shit to get rowdy.
My belly is kind of hurting. Oh my god, I thought I had a child breathing in my ear. I was like, yeah.
Now do you understand why I can hardly hear you when you're talking low?
I can actually hear you.
Well, you can hear, but sometimes it's kind of soft.
Hearing.
Yeah.
Selective hearing.
Oh, I know.
I select what I want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, trust me. Makes me want to smack him half the time, but we don't talk about violence. We don't do violence.
And we don't know what y'all want to do. Y'all do in private either, so
We don't do anything in private. Especially not for a week.
Put your business out there, my dear.
Hey. At least I'm not pregnant.
You don't need any more kids, dude.
Oh,
We
don't have to get a new vehicle again.
Okay, hey, old fart. You don't need more kids. Hey, old fart.
Eventually, yeah.
Old fart. They're gonna think when your kid's graduating that you're the grandpa.
Oh my god.
Right. I'll be the tatted grandpa.
He says he'll be the cool grandpa, is what he says.
Sure
I'm just
I told my daughter, I said, when you have kids? And she was, if. I said, when?
If.
I said, but when you have kids and you send them to me for a day, you best be ready to pull your motherfucking hair out because I'm going to send them back loaded with energy. I'm going to give them a nos and send them right back to you.
No, why give them nos? Give them bangs or give them
bangs doesn't have any sugar.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. Sugar free.
Are they really sugar free? Since when? Anyways, okay.
All right.
Anyways, back to what we were doing.
Yeah.
We'll discuss all that later. Anyways, here.
All right. So next up on the list, we have Seth freaking Rollins, which of course we know he's tied to Raw. So
His Becky's there.
yeah, Becky's there. Like I said, I don't see any reason why they would. Yeah, literally, we were just about to do Seth Rollins.
You'd be all right.
Seth Rollins.
Yes. So, like I said, he had his knee surgery. He's getting some rest and relaxation, spending some time with his daughter.
Yep.
They were trying to do the same with Becky, but then Rhea got hurt. They were afraid the ratings would drop, so they had Becky come in and win it temporarily. So I'm sure she'll drop it pretty fast. But I think they had to do that because storyline reason. They needed a filler.
Mm-hmm.
And Becky is about the business. She loves the business. So
right.
She was like, I'll do it for a little while, just step in, and then I'll drop it for the next storyline so I can get back to my family. Yep. So, and people were giving her crap for winning it. It's like, right. It's like, y'all get over yourselves. You're
that'll be all right.
Yeah. All right. So, but yeah, like I said, I still see Raw. So.
No, it's not Thunder.
I didn't think it was. I played an audio.
Oh.
Now we have go for it. Shayna Baszler. She's actually looks like she's helping one Lola Vice on NXT.
Yeah.
So
sound system's not working.
Oh, the noises aren't working? You can hear us both, though, right?
I can hear you.
but you
both.
couldn't hear the wow 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 wow. You couldn't hear that?
How about
Really?
now? Whoa.
That was an echo.
No.
Echo. Really?
That's not coming through.
Wow, that sounds creepy. Huh. All right
then. Shayna Baszler. They said her and Natalia over on NXT right now, kind of help push some of these younger wrestlers.
Right.
Shayna's tied herself with Lola Vice right now. Lola Vice, I'm not a huge fan of. I could really care less. I mean, she did come from the MMA world.
Who is Lola Vice?
She is,
I'll tell you.
yeah, she is Hispanic. She's got an Instagram. She's known for shaking her hips. I could care less. Like I said, but she did come from the MMA world. I'm not a fan. I don't really.
It's going to turn out just like Rousey.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying not to lean on the MMA part too much, but they're still trying to do the Latina hottie that shakes her hips.
Yeah.
I could care less. I don't care. I'm there for wrestling, not girls shaking
Not
their
booty shaking.
This isn't. Yeah, no. If I want to see booty shaking, I could turn on Skinamax or something. I don't know.
Corn Hub.
Yeah, there we go. Corn Hub.
Corn Hub.
So, yeah, I don't
Speaking
care.
of that, they're making a website. I saw it on TikTok. They're making a website called Anime Hub.
Oh no.
Anime Hub. They're taking all the most popular anime and turning it into porn. Not sure why.
Because nerds are weird.
Sorry, I can't see Goku and Sailor Moon going at it.
I don't really care to.
Or Scooby Doo. You know, who's he gonna bang? Lady
I
from Lady and the Tramp?
don't know. Probably have her tag Velma. I don't know.
Hey,
Roro Raggy. Velma getting it good. That'd be Velma howling.
yeah.
Next, Sheamus.
I think he'll say where's that.
Yes, I think he needs to stay on SmackDown. I mean, I see no reason.
He just got back.
Yeah. So, because, I mean, I don't see anybody that would start a feud between him and Drew. I mean,
Right.
They got the feud between Punk and him right now. So,
Hi, buddy.
now, here's where it got interesting.
What?
Here's where it got interesting. The bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And when they
Don't
put the
worry,
bloodline,
I'm going to bed too.
they had
I'm going to bed now.
tied as the bloodline
I'm
Roman
sitting in bed
Reigns,
now, I just messaged me on-
Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga.
Right.
All of them.
Hmm.
Exactly. I did the same thing as the bloodline. And the bloodline is up in the pool together.
Right.
So what are they
I
going to do?
think they'll stay. Maybe.
Who?
The bloodline.
I just want the bloodline to disappear. But I know
Yeah.
Solo is taking over the bloodline.
Well, see, but when they came out with this, they had Roman Reigns part of the Roman Reigns, Solo, Jimmy, Tama Tonga, and Solo said that he was doing it for the tribal chief.
Mm-hmm.
They said that, so they're still. I mean, I'm not sure how they're going to do it. Like I said, they could have a whole different storyline where they have two different bloodlines.
Mm-hmm.
A Rock side and a Roman side. Roman going face with Jimmy and Jay against The Rock and Solo and Tama.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be pretty good.
I do too.
I would.
What do you think about
I mean, Jimmy, isn't this what you thought about, dude? Because I don't know who we were talking to or if you were talking to me, but Jimmy and Jay getting back together and then Roman coming back to take down Solo and
Tama Tonga. Yeah.
With The Rock.
Yeah.
That's the same thing we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Like just taking them all down.
Yep.
You know, like just get. I mean, they just need to take it all away.
Right.
All the whole bloodline. Just take it all away, and kind of start fresh.
Yeah, a rebrand.
Yeah.
Something new. Yeah, I mean, I think the bloodline was very important, very intricate. And I bumped something down here, but it's ran its course, you know. But they still need to finish it up, and they could finish it up in an epic way. So I mean, I would say, yeah. I mean, I think the bloodline will officially stay where it's at. I don't see a reason why it would need to transfer to Raw. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, but I mean, we don't know their stories, but you know,
They need to take the ones who deserve more time and put them on Raw, since there's more time on Raw, which I think is stupid. Because people have to wake up for work the next day. So instead of doing that at 10 o'clock, stop at 9 and then do Friday Night SmackDown until 10 o'clock.
They're starting Speed, WWE Speed.
it's started.
And I'm pretty sure that's going to grow into the middle flagship. It's like the middle program.
Yeah,
with at
well, because
least 2 hours of live TV.
it's kind of the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
So it's
I
all
think
the high
heavy
flyers.
hitters. The heavy hitters will stay on Raw. The mid cards will stay on SmackDown, and Speed will be the step between the Big Show and NXT.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like the D League.
So I don't know. I haven't watched any of the Speed yet, so I don't really
I
know
haven't either.
what it's like.
They already have a champion though. I don't know who it is, but they have it.
All right. Well, next we have the OC with the Good Brothers and Mia.
Yeah,
Or Mi-Chen.
Mi-Chen.
Mi-Chen. So, like I said, and they didn't have AJ as part of it.
Right.
So, I mean, who knows? I'm kind of, because the Good Brothers are also have shown up on NXT, and they're, you know, kind of fighting for a tag team title there.
Right.
But they have the Final Testament just came out and said basically that they're going to come in and decimate everybody to hold all the titles there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's kind of like I said, and they have all these eligible, but they don't have that many rounds and picks. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I didn't realize I skipped a page.
Good job,
Yeah.
man.
All right. So that
was a
finally
Big monster.
finishes SmackDown.
Let's
Pool.
go through this one fast.
Yeah. So this is the Monday night pool. First up, DIY, who's tied to Raw right now.
SmackDown.
I would say SmackDown because it looks like they're going to split up because of what happened with Awesome Truth and Tommaso.
Yep.
Apollo Crews, I forgot he was still part of it. He's technically tied to Raw. I don't see why they would change it. I mean,
Braun Strowman. I'm
yes.
looking right past Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
I've seen him once in 8-9 months.
Yeah.
I mean, why is he even on the roster? Is he on a practice team?
I don't know. Because he showed up on NXT for a little while, then he was gone again.
Right.
So, but yeah, Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman is going to head to Raw.
You think so?
Especially, I take that back. He's going to go where Taylor goes.
Yes.
He's going. There's
Whatever
no
the
way-
Wyatt Six.
There's no way he's not part of the Wyatt Six.
Yeah,
There's no way.
I mean, I see Wyatt Six being the first people tied to Bray.
Yeah.
Rowan, Braun.
Matt.
So I just see that. It seems like a given to me. So, Bronson Reed. He's tied to Raw right now. I think he'd be better at SmackDown.
Yeah.
Get a more national exposure.
Mhm.
I think it'd be great for him. Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, they're tied to Raw. I mean, we already know wherever DIY is going, they're going.
Yep.
Because Johnny Gargano and Candice are married.
Yep.
But I do think that eventually they're going to split them up because they're kind of, it looks like they're doing it right now. So I said more likely probably going to, well, no, because Awesome Truth is on Raw. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, they'll probably go to SmackDown.
They'll face Grayson and Theory.
Yeah. That would be actually a really, really, really good match. That I think that would do them really well.
I think they're going to send them. They're going to keep them on Raw.
I see them tying. Here's my thought. We'll get there. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven.
SmackDown.
I don't know if they'll waste one for that one. I don't know. It would have to be afterwards.
Only 10 picks.
Yeah, it would have to be
for each
after.
brand.
Yeah. So I mean, they may stay where they're at.
And then they have what, 10 for each brand off air.
Yeah, they'll have all those afterwards.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could go to SmackDown. I don't see any reason why with the time limitation. I mean, and they're just not that popular.
Right.
I mean, they're a good comedy match duo.
Her participation in the Battle Royal was comical, to say the least.
Yes, she is the comical heel.
Okay, I'm going to take it back to like early 2000s. Chelsea Green's new role in the women's industry reminds me a lot of Santino Marella.
Yes.
Like just out there having fun, being goofy, getting moves and victories on accident.
Yeah.
You know, like by moving out of the way.
Yeah.
Bouncing
Well,
off
kind of like what
somebody
happened,
else.
you know, she was eliminated, but all the refs were looking the other direction. So
Yep.
she jumped back on the ring and, oh, I'm good. I didn't get
So
eliminated.
the 3 eliminations that she got should have never happened.
So yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason to move her. It doesn't do any benefit either way right now. So, CM Punk, yeah, I mean,
I see him staying on Raw.
yeah, I do too. I mean, I don't see any reason why they would move him right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, next, the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile.
I see them staying right where they're at.
I see them staying wherever Chad's going to be in the Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
I don't see Alpha Academy, even though I would love to see Alpha Academy do a heel turn at Otis and all them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. I see the Creed brothers and Ivy joining Chad with a heel turn, turning on Otis and all of them.
Yep.
That would make.
Who would take over Alpha Academy, though?
So I think
Sami Zayn?
I think it would be a new Alpha Academy, and Otis and all them would have something new.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn would be, have them, the Alpha Academy team with Sami Zayn would be kind of a good thing, a cool thing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Damage Control, tied to SmackDown.
They can go to the trash can.
I'm neither here nor there.
Trash can.
I know you're not big on the Kabuki Warriors.
I wouldn't blink twice.
So I don't see a reason to change them from SmackDown.
Right.
I don't see a reason to move them to Raw.
Right.
There's talent there, but there's a lot of talent everywhere. So,
yeah.
So what are they going to do with them now?
This list is talent.
So what are they going to do with them now?
I say they move them to NXT.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But
Just
I
to
mean,
help with
but
development.
but yeah, to help them build the others, because I mean, the NXT women's division is just as stacked as the rest of them. So, I mean, I said they need another show. That's what's crazy.
They do.
So, of course, Drew's on fire.
Drew, okay, I see Drew going wherever CM Punk is.
Yeah,
They've got to keep those two together.
they've got to keep that feud going for a little while longer.
Yeah.
So, I see them staying. I don't credit.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I don't see them eventually, right now, Drew versus like Cody Rhodes or anything like that.
No.
I see more Damian, anything like that. So I see them staying with Raw.
Yeah.
Makes more sense right now.
Final Testament.
Like I said, I think they're all going to NXT.
It's a good possibility. We can move past them.
So, like I said, and they announced this last week that they're going to take every single title that NXT has.
And they go right ahead.
So, I mean, Giovanni Vinci.
I kind of feel for the guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you watch the end of the match, he's literally hugging on him, and you see him say, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what's going on here? And then there it happens outside the ring.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, Giovanni will get his own little thing, his own little push. He's got potential there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be opposite, I think, of whatever Imperium goes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And Imperium trash. I don't care.
I think Imperium will stay on Raw, which I mean would say Vinci going to SmackDown, because Imperium I see Gunther going more towards a Damian, anything like that instead of Cody.
Right.
So Jade Cargill,
Wherever she's at, I don't care where they put her, but wherever they put her, she's going to create magic.
yeah, but she still needs some work.
Mm-hmm.
So keep her wherever Bianca is. Keep them tied together for a while, and I see Bianca helping build Jade into a super superstar. Yep. Judgment Day, they're tied to Raw. I would actually not be surprised if they moved Judgment Day to SmackDown. With what went down this last week, saying that basically Damian saying you're nothing without me.
I don't need you. You need me.
Yeah, I see Judgment being moved to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Caden and Katana, I could care less.
Moving on.
Trash, yeah.
Moving on.
I didn't like them in NXT.
The best thing about them is how good they look.
That's iffy to me.
Well,
Another one of those.
Katana.
Yeah, there's another one of those shaking their butts. That's all. I don't care.
Kevin Owens. I saw somewhat of a micro unification between him and Sammy.
Yeah.
Coming back together kind of thing.
What they do at Mania. I could see KO going to SmackDown to be with his buddy.
Right. He's on SmackDown.
Hey, boys.
So, staying where, yeah.
Legato, don't care.
Boys.
Legitimately don't care.
I like Legato.
Go on, your mama's calling you.
I like Legato. There's a lot of talent there. There's a lot of potential.
I say NXT.
No, I see them splitting LWO, putting LWO on one brand, Legato on the other.
Right.
And that feud has.
I don't see Legato leaving SmackDown if they don't go to NXT.
Yeah.
Because it's the B show.
Yeah, I mean, I'd see Legato. I can see him standing on his own, SmackDown, and then LWO going to Raw.
Right. I think they want to put Ray, like a big name on, Raw.
Yeah.
Buddy.
I mean, and I love Ray to death. He's done so much in the industry, for the industry. Ray, you need to give it up, bro. You're getting old too, homie.
Yeah. Naomi. Can we just move past it?
Wherever Jimmy's going, that's where she's going. Yeah. Natalia, I mean, she is. I don't care.
Yep. Moving on.
I mean, she's one of those. She's skilled. She's got talent. I've never really cared for Natalya.
Right.
I mean, great wrestler,
She was good back when it was Mickey James and Beth Phoenix and Lita and Trish.
and she's still good.
Back then, she was relevant.
I just don't care anymore.
Right now, she's what, almost 50?
I don't. I mean, however. I mean, her and her hubby need to have a kid. She's getting old.
She's 41.
41. Yeah, she need to.
She's been married to Tyson Kidd for 11 years.
Yeah. Unless she can't have kids or Tyson can't. I don't know.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, come on now, girl.
Just so you guys know, it's not me typing in the comments.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh.
you're getting activity going. And to whoever else is watching, hello. I see you. I see you outside of there. All right.
After that, New Catch Republic.
I don't
I
have an opinion.
I see no reason to be on SmackDown. They're good where they're at, and they just moved there from NXT.
Right.
Just moved, so keep them where they're at. I don't see any reason.
New Day, as good as they are,
I don't care.
I just don't care.
I have
Odyssey
nothing.
Jones. Who the hell is Odyssey Jones?
I was waiting for you to say that.
Who the heck-
He's a big old guy. He was on NXT. I mean, he's funny. I haven't been impressed by Odyssey Jones.
We can literally skip the next three.
Shinsuke, your favorite.
Pretty Deadly. Do
Pretty-
not care. Go back to the Shire. Frodo Baggins. I don't care.
It's another one of those comedy heels. British comedy heels.
And why?
They're entertaining to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, they're tied to Raw. It doesn't matter right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And why?
yeah. She's tied to Raw.
Caboose on her.
Badonk.
She's got a nice little badonkadonk.
You know, but I wasn't. You know, she was okay at NXT. I still don't know why they moved her up to Raw.
She's
I'm not sure why. I still don't know why.
in the Royal Rumble. You see her looking, going, "Is it you? Is it you? Is it you?" And then the wrestler will be like, like, fight me.
Yeah.
And she goes after that person. It's like, if you don't know who you're supposed to go on,
Yeah.
and either push them over or you go over,
Yeah.
you need to go back to practice.
Yeah. She needs to go back down to NXT.
And
Like I
who's
said-
the Pride?
Oh, that's Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, and B-Fab.
Okay.
Yeah, they're called the Pride now. Yeah, Bobby and all
And it
them.
doesn't have anything to do with the fact that they're all black, does it?
No. That would have nothing to do with anything, right? At least they didn't call them the nation.
Disclosure.
Okay, we're not.
We are not racist.
We could care less. We could care less.
We clown on everybody.
So yeah, I mean they're tied to SmackDown. I see no reason why.
No.
That one.
Tiffany, well, wherever Imperium goes, which I said I see them going to Raw. I see Tiffany going to Raw.
Isn't she? She's with Ludwig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Her and Ludwig have been together for a while now.
Yeah.
They just got an apartment together not too long ago. So.
An apartment.
Mhm.
Don't they make a shit ton of money between the two of them?
Yeah, but I think it's one of those high upscale apartments.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean it's a picture I saw. It's like high up. I mean it's high up in the apartment.
That's the list.
Yeah.
We can go to sleep.
Yay!
I mean, I can.
Yeah. Oh, I mean I still got to drive home, but
Yes, you do.
yes. So, but yeah, I said NXT. I said I see a few of them coming up.
Yeah.
I
wonder if they're going to bring Obafemi up.
Not yet. He's he not far. He's not far off.
Yeah.
He's not far off at all. But
that's a big guy.
He is, and he can move.
I saw him in a picture with Omos.
Yes.
Literally that much size difference.
Yeah, not much difference.
And I'm like, okay, you're almost as big as this big motherfucker that literally walked past me, and my neck was broke looking up at
Yeah,
him.
I said, it takes a lot for me to feel small next to somebody, and he made me feel itty bitty.
In case you're wondering, in 2022, we were in Dallas for WrestleMania, and we had 100%, like we're parking, okay? We're parking to go to WrestleMania on, was it? It was Friday.
Saturday. Just
Saturday morning.
Or,
So,
no, it was Sunday morning because we showed up Saturday.
well,
After.
no, I'm talking about just in general.
Oh, okay.
I think the first time we went to Access was Friday. Because we went to go eat. We came back to the hotel, went to sleep, woke up, went to Mania. Then we stayed at the hotel again Saturday night.
Yeah.
Which, finding a hotel, fuck you, Dallas.
I am not going to tell you again.
Well, and Travago or whatever it was, they can lick my big toe.
Yeah.
So reserved a room.
Right. FYI,
Had
a
it
child
called
deceased. You saw nothing.
Called them. Said, yeah, your room's good. We get there. They're like,
Boy,
we don't know what you're
stop
talking
one more
about.
time.
We have no room. So, yeah, we had 2 rooms reserved.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, this is Saturday afternoon, and we get there, and they're like, oh, we don't have anything.
Yep.
It's like, what do you mean? We just talked to you 2 days ago. You said we had rooms.
So I called a friend of mine who worked for a hotel, and she pointed us in the right direction of a really nice hotel, actually, that we didn't know it at the time because it was literally just, I don't know, 10 miles down the highway.
Yeah, we were 10 miles from
AT&T Stadium. We didn't know it at the time, but there was about 300 WWE WrestleMania fans there. So no matter where you were walking through the hotel, there was somebody with a wrestling shirt on everywhere you looked. And it was the most amazing thing ever. I went a little overboard that day. I think I bought 7
You
shirts.
bought tons of shirts.
6, 7 shirts.
But this is at the All Access, which now is called something. But yeah.
It's called WWE World now.
Yeah, WWE World. But yeah.
But we went to Access. I got to meet Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Which, FYI, I'm right up there around 6 foot tall, and Rhea was a little bit taller.
Yeah.
But she was also in 4-inch heels.
Yeah, she was in some heels.
Yeah.
But which I told them both if they with him and Frady that they were chicken if they didn't go do it. So and then I recorded everybody going.
I'm Michael J. Fox. Okay, you don't call me chicken because I'll do it, and I sure as hell did. And when I met them, I was wearing my NWO Wolfpack shirt. No, I was wearing just a regular NWO.
So
I just so happened to get it on camera. There you go.
I recorded it. That's me recording. You can hear me in the background.
Who hollers bucket list? And then Morgan repeated it. So that was good. And I ended up getting a picture at Access with him. It was phenomenal. We had a great time.
Yeah, that was the Access was great. Like I said, we saw
the return of Cody Rhodes. We saw the return of Stone Cold.
Just that Access was fun. Just because there was the fans also. I mean, we saw the Irish Undertaker.
Yes, we did. And when we were just walking by, we saw Michelle McCool just cruise right on, but no makeup.
Yep. Ronda Rousey's husband walked by us.
Only, and I say this, only a true wrestling fan would recognize Michelle McCool from the 90s and early 2000s without makeup. If you are not a true fan from the 90s and 2000s when she was a thing, you would not know who the hell she was, especially without makeup. And she walked by and I was like, that was Michelle McCool. And he looked and he goes, was it? I said, yeah, it's got to be her.
I only saw the back of her head at that point.
Right. And then we look over at where this lady's walking, and she's walking over to the Undertaker meet and greet. And I was like, yes, I saw Michelle McCool. Like, I literally almost bumped shoulders with her.
I can still top you. I literally almost ran into Charmel.
Yes.
Literally, we're coming down some stairs. We go around a beam, and literally, I'm like here. I almost literally smacked right into Charmel, Booker T's wife.
That's when we were walking to the JFK Memorial.
Yes, we were going to the JFK Memorial.
That was great. And the grassy knoll.
And
where JFK was killed.
And we did the other thing. Oh, good Lord. What was it called? Holocaust Memorial.
Yes, that.
Yeah, that one. That was rough.
Whew. Man, whoa.
So
we live in Oklahoma City. We got the bombing memorial here. And in that memorial, you see kids' shoes, you see wallets, you see
personal
watches,
items that
you
were.
See a baby bottle, like something she would take. A baby bottle that's been crushed and dented in. And it's crazy because there's still milk residue in the bottle where this baby was being fed when this happened. Like, that'll hit you in the feelers, but we had no ties or correlations to any kind of Nazi cruelty whatsoever. And we walked into the Holocaust Museum and we were all just like, wow. Like, we kind of left there real somber. We went in there all hype and
it's like this sounds interesting. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you don't walk out the same. No,
you're a changed individual.
Yeah, it's like
Holocaust, because you hear voices, and then not like in your head, but they have little audios. You push the button, and it's literally recorded audios of people screaming in the gas chamber.
And then they have one of the actual the carts from the train that transported people. You can actually walk through,
and you can see bloodstains.
It was pretty powerful.
And they said they were putting 100 people in those things.
I think so.
75 to 100 people, and they are no bigger than, I don't know, most gas station
bathrooms,
most gas station like cash register areas. Like, they're maybe
they weren't big at all.
12 feet wide by 80 feet long. It was 60 feet long, and they squeezed 100 people in there in 115-degree weather with no relief, no nothing. So it's just like, ugh. And to get on the positive note, we at Access, we went in and we saw that they were interviewing people. We didn't know what the heck it was, but we were looking at like the memorabilia stuff. Like, there's an original Shawn Michaels jacket there. There's all kinds of stuff there that they've actually worn. And the one that, to this day, I cannot forget the feeling I got when I walked and saw it and stood in front of it. But it was the last pair of boots Eddie Guerrero ever wore in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're literally just sitting there by themselves, standing up, and the shoelace is still loosened to where he took the boot off. Like, it's still a loose shoelace, the tongue's hanging out. Like, there was a feeling of, man, I didn't think I'd ever be this close to something that legendary. But there I was, that far away. And as we're standing there, the guy that's doing the interviews, he's like, hey, y'all want to be on TV? And we're like, all right, so we're in line. There's about 5 or 6 people in front of us, and they're doing interviews with them. These people were getting 2-3 minute interviews, like maybe 5 tops. And
the guy's trying to pull
yeah,
responses out of these individuals.
Right.
He was trying really hard.
so he asks us, and he said, you're going to be aired on the TV show Hidden Treasures. It's like, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Yeah, hell yeah, let's do this. Which I still don't know what episode we were on.
Yeah, I don't know. If ever show, yeah.
Like, we can look it up. You know, what episode was WrestleMania 38 on in Hidden Treasures? But we were literally just sitting there talking to the guy for like 20 minutes. He just let us keep going. Didn't care.
So it was a good time. But also at the same time, that's where we met. We saw Omos. Didn't get to meet him, but yeah, he was up there giving
I met
interviews.
his presence. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we got there. He was already up there doing the interview,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they escorted him out, it was like I said, literally, holy cow! Yeah,
I believe. Let me get to my Facebook. I have pictures of us sitting there outside of the ring, and this man is just so big, just incredibly large man. Like, why would you create a human being that freaking big?
Have you seen yourself?
I mean, just my ego.
That's true too. Your ego is. Never mind.
Yes, we know. Now, yes, I was supporting the bloodline. At the time, I was rocking for him.
Don't eat chips in this chair.
But there you go. The 3 of us sitting outside AT&T Stadium, which the pyro went off and scared the Jesus out of all of us.
yeah, was not expecting that.
Remember I said I bought some shirts. There
Yeah.
you go. That was 5 of them.
That was the first day we got there.
That was Stone Cold coming back and stomping Kevin Owens. There's the grassy knoll. Oh, look at that. There's the boots.
All right, let me have her.
Oh, it's time to go to mommy. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see what we got here.
I think, did you have fun with Daddy?
This is Omos sitting in the ring doing an interview. Now, mind you, he's in a bar stool.
Yeah,
Okay, bar stool. And his knees are not all the way flexed. He's just chilling, slouched back.
like
with
a
his
regular
feet on-
person would be in a regular chair, and that is literally a bar stool.
This was us getting interviewed on the show, and it was Most Wanted Treasures. There's the game. What is that?
Oh, Triple H's shorts.
Triple H versus Booker T, WrestleMania 19. Now, I'm not going to lie, those were some big trunks, and he's not fat. I will tell you this, that right there is Rey Mysterio's, and I was holding the camera about right here, right about here, and it still looked down. It was great. Sheamus.
Right.
Sheamus Trunks versus Triple H, WrestleMania 26.
Double
Yeah,
J's.
Jeff Jarrett. This is
Giant, or not giant, but
that is Big
Big
Show's
Show's.
singlet, and that thing that almost as tall as me by itself. What is that? Dean Ambrose? Seth Rollins ring gear. Shield versus Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus. It was pretty wild. Triple H's entrance gear versus Owen Hart, WrestleMania 14.
I said there's stuff like this all over, and that stuff there was a row you go down one way and come back the other. It had all this kind of stuff.
Ric Flair, which is from
Was that Charlotte's?
or Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania 33. Trish Stratus.
Say sup, Dad.
Who's that? Shawn Michaels. This was Shawn Michaels. I don't remember what
Yeah,
WrestleMania it was.
That's the one where he came down, if I remember right.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar's trunks. But there's a lot. I mean, if you get a chance to go.
It's highly recommended, and I'm sure they do it the same way. Dusty Rhodes, yep. They do it the same way as they did there. Is when you buy the ticket, it's good for the whole entire Mania weekend. So we went in and out of that thing
At least 10 times.
Yeah, I mean, 4 times one day easily. So
Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, y'all can think that these things are fake. Okay, that they're just little plastic suitcases. No, we picked one up. That thing weighs about 5 pounds. That's a heavy sumbitch.
yeah, it's there.
And for this thing to be dented the way that it is, that had to hurt.
All right, well, I think we're going to have to call this one a night now.
Yes, I do.
But said we'll see what happens between the next couple of shows. Like I said, we got the Bellas.
Mm-hmm.
And see what happens. What's fully set up for Backlash. Yep. Big Van Vader.
Deuce Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow. Deuce Bigelow.
Now, some of these outfits, I'm not going to lie. Those outfits were.
That's the grassy knoll right there.
Yes. That X right there in the middle of the street. Right there. That's where JFK's brain hits concrete.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there that were willing to talk about it. Of course, conspiracy theorists, blah, 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 selling their books and selling their merch.
And then that right there.
The window.
Second one down is the one he got shot from, supposedly.
Well, the one that Lee Harvey was shot from.
We learned that there was no way that bullet could have come from the back because the front of his head was fine. The back of his head was laid open.
Yeah. When his head rocked back.
Right.
And where that window was at was behind
It
him.
would have came out his chin.
So his head would have rocked forward, not
And it would
backward.
have came out his chin and the blood splatter would have gone behind
Yeah.
him.
Wrap it up, mister. But yeah, and there's a theory, and I agree with it, that there was across the way, there was also a manhole that led down, and whoever it was across the street.
They shot him from the ground.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, the producer's saying we're out of time.
Yeah.
So.
The boss says we got to go.
Yeah.
So, I guess till we eat you later.
Until we eat again.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
See you.
Good.